Most anticipated earnings releases for the week beginning February 15, 2021. You effers keep my stock out of your whore mouth. Edit, really? But still, if I hear it mentioned I'll come beat up your wife's boyfriend. Seriously. Every stock that they mention in this sub takes a dive. Stock market crash this week then? Lot of companies on here. Exclamation mark, remind me next Friday. Bears every week lol. I was just sitting here thinking, welp. Now those are doomed. I'm hesitant to post my stocks here even more now that this sub is being more heavily watched than ever. This exact same list is shown weekly on CNBC, Fox Business, and on literally every other financial site. This isn't someone off WSB thing, this is literally a list of earnings reports coming out this week. Hell, it doesn't even make a claim on which way the stock or earnings will go. Are people really this retarded? This is /r/conspiracy type crap. Reddit link. Are people really this retarded? Yes. Yes. Someone said if they just slap some random brands into an image, this sub is full of retards now, a whole new breed of them. Yeah, laughing my butt off, I saw this and went, well, now I know what to sell. Can't wait to see who dumps next on good earnings. Been a weird season. Playing through earnings is almost a guaranteed. Learned that the hard way with CRSR. Thought gamers had my back. I believe that CRSR is a manipulated stock, external events make no change, check the chart for last 3 months, and you buy stock around $34 to $37 and sell with 10% profit and goes back to original. Swing traders paradise. The problem is fear in markets on whether the current increased revenue being spent on gaming will hold post-COVID. Hence it tends to drop on positive vaccine tends. This is the new go-to when a stock you like goes down? The old go-to, people have been claiming manipulation when their stock goes down since forever. The market has determined it is fully valued. I would even say overvalued. Nah, but the share unlock in March is holding a lot of people back. Gamers got your backs. Institutions didn't. Probably PLTR since everyone here is bullish. Probably not PLTR because it already dumped. Zoom out on the chart a lil. This is the way. 6-month view to see what is actually going on. PLTR. 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 This isn't even my final form. I wait until earnings so I can buy the post-earnings dip. Laughing my butt off. Exactly. I buy the post-earning dip ATM weekly once the option is at least 50% down. Inevitable bounce back. Out by 1,100. Free money. PLTR. Bought before earnings this Friday. Earnings tank the price, just going to spin the screen upside down. Doesn't matter what color it is, stocks always go up. Same, bought a lot on Friday but kept enough on reserves that if it tanks after ER, I can double down. I really don't think it will though. PLTR. Bought a bunch last week and planning to buy more if it pops. You have to figure out if it's already priced in or not, which is difficult. I guess keep an eye on volume? Air Canada posted 1 BN in losses and goes up 5%, Friday. Fire has promising earnings and goes down. Laughing out loud. Dear Smooth Brain, information integration is literally the purpose of market. If the posted losses are less than expected, then the stock will go up. Similarly, if posted earnings are less than accepted, then stock will go down. In other words, it's priced in, bro. F you for explaining this and making me feel bad, thank you, you twat. And it's not based on the company's expectations. Those can be blown out of the water and nothing will happen to the stock. You have to feel the market's feelings. So many feelings. Yeah, but don't forget that AC will forever get bailed out. So all they have to do is keep siphoning COVID relief and other subsidies, give it to shareholders and continuously fire their staff, all of which they are doing. It's truthfully unethical AF, but investors tend not to gas about ethics if they're getting paid. Air Transat deal was approved. User BigBear0083. Thank you for the weekly earnings list. Makes everything so convenient. Reddit link. Losing money has never been so easy. Ever been to Vegas? Craps table has better odds than a WSB bet. True dat. No, but I have a buddy who came back from deployment and blew 8K in one night there. I've seen people here lose a lot more much faster. I fully support and agree with the sentiment and words expressed by this commentator, therefore my words are his own. Ditto. Second that. You know he didn't make that, right? Earnings Whisper tracks them on their website and they release these weekly pictures on their Twitter and website. It's from Earnings Whisper's Twitter. PLTR should have a decent earnings report, so I imagine the stock will drop. Laughing out loud. Apple has greatest quarter in company's history, blowing out all expectations. Price goes consistently down every day. Yeah, I know, man, baffles me. Buy the hype, sell the news. I am only 4 months into trading. I know what buy the hype, sell the news means on the surface, but I would like to hear in your words what this means. I welcome other experienced person's interpretation on this saying. Unfortunately, for retail investors, we generally get news way too late. By the time analysts have put out their forecast for an upcoming earnings report, every piece of available information has been built into the price already, so that by the time the earnings are actually released, all the value has already been realized. For example, Wall Street investors / institutions / whales will analyze a company well in advance of an earnings report, and let's say they see a positive upside, so they take a position. When the earnings report is released and it is indeed positive, retail investors jump in thinking it's a great time to buy because the company is looking very healthy. What they don't realize is the stock has already been bought to current levels on the available information, so anything more is overbought. This is when institutional investors sell into the buying demand from the general public. The reverse is also true. If Wall Street suspects a company will do poorly, they'll short it with the intention of buying back shares when retail investors dump it on the news of a bad earnings report. Basically, if you want to day trade, you need to be ahead of retail investors, which is entirely possible, but you'll never make as much or be as good as the institutions. I think it's best for retail investors to avoid trying to beat whales at their own game and rather stick to investing long on companies you personally believe in. Hope this helps. My general strategy is what I call vulture trading. I have a core of 10 stocks that stay relatively stable, then I watch their options flow. If I see any of them spike to a level that would be unreasonable for a retail trader to be the cause of and there's no news, I generally move in as well. I let the big players do the work for me, then I just move in with them. I get burned on occasion, but it works out alright. They're stable, so I don't have to worry much about them crashing. If it's a nothing burger, I'll gain / lose around 5%. May I ask what your returns are with this approach? I want to get into investing in some stocks, and this seems a valid strategy to me. Just curious what type of returns you're getting with this sort of approach. Right now I'm just in a couple ETFs and they're up like 20% since I bought in last spring, so want to get a sense of how worth it would be to move some capital into trading. Only been doing this for about 2 months, up around 400%. Good on you. Nice. Yeah, momentum trading is the hot ticket right now, but it really is a gamble. If you want long-term stable gains, fundamentals really are the way to go. Source: FanMog Stocks. I checked 7 times to make sure this is WSB WTF. How can one as a day trader get ahead of retail investors? Be ahead of the hype, like when you see a girl is hot before she takes her hoodie off. Buy a 24K a year Bloomberg terminalists. Copy the institutions and truly create your positions from well thought out theses. Don't follow the hype, make it. You don't have to be first or the best, but you do have to be early and good. At that point, the rabbit hole is as deep as you want to go. I put everything I have into psychedelic stocks when weed stocks were / are being hyped. My guess what people would get hyped about psychedelics is it's the next thing after week. I was right. Look at stocks that have earnings a few weeks out. 5 to 10 days before they report, they'll get hyped and people rush in to buy. They drop their report and everyone sells off on the hard information regardless of if it's good or bad. Rinse, repeat. Of course, there are enough exceptions to still make this a risky strategy, but it's a pretty good rule of thumb. Emo, and I'm a retard. Apple's stock is dropping so certain players can buy before a spike. Something digital coin. Yeah, this is retarded, you're right. Deep state headaches. I think I figured it out. Apple had the greatest quarter in company's history? Where do you go from the top of the hill? It's only downhill from there then, sell. That's how it works. Like someone else said, buy the hype, sell the news. Additionally, for the last 10 years there's been consistent talk of Apple being too big to have significant sales growth anymore, and then they still manage to grow their sales and create new revenue streams. I bought Apple in March and don't regret it. I bought X in March and don't regret it is pretty much an axiom these days. I mean, what hasn't grown since March? Money printer goes BRRR pretty much covers everything for the last year or so. Here's where stocks piss me off. I knew about how AMD was going to be killing it with Ryzen, and on top of, more importantly than that, their EK server processors were going to destroy Intel's offerings. So I bought a bunch of shares. Then no change. News is everywhere about how AMD is taking market share from Intel in computer and server space. No change. They break market share records. No change. It's not until big names like Morgan Stanley and others simply say, AMD is a buy now. Then their stock prices start soaring. It's not about the actual value of the business but who tells everyone else to buy or sell. Congratulations, you figured out what everyone already knows. The stock market is a casino and fundamentals are just a yardstick by which we rationalize greed and fear. You mean Apple? The company that ran up 12% in the week leading up to earnings? And then you're wondering why they dropped/traded sideways? They're also a $2.3 trillion company, so a 10% move is adding $230 billion in market cap. That's how much all of Netflix is worth. Haha, I noticed this bizarro world effect lately. Have a stock that's technically 50 to 80% undervalued, everyone rates it a buy, but what happens? 1,000,000,000% shorted and the price keeps collapsing. And that's despite being way over market average in terms of earnings growth. Haha, nobody seems to be investing on actual information. Positive earnings stock go down. Tesla stock go up. All other stocks go down as everyone sells them so they can afford to buy more Tesla. To be frank, actual information was always an illusion. The only concrete reason stocks go up is more buyers than sellers, or vice versa for down. Maybe actual information influenced them in their decisions, but movement is only caused by buys and sells. Hey, this guy stunks. And buys have to be in the $100 million range to move the needle. This is key to not being suckered in by too much information. The stock market is a psychological realm, not a realm of facts. Well written. Waste management should have good earnings, especially with all the trash on this sub recently. The real DD. You'd think, but instead of letting WM collect it, we just eat it up. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.